Alright, ladies and gentlemen, this is the Crypto Monopoly here, and today we are going to discuss a very interesting project, which is called Idena. Idena has been a very interesting project in my mind the last few weeks, and today I want to give you guys a very interesting project, because the thing is, I've never wanted to be a channel that gives you guys the project that is already known. I've started doing that at the beginning of my videos, but right now I've decided to switch to another way of giving you guys content. I want to give you guys projects that almost nobody else knows about, so you are one of the first people that can look into the project in its early stages. And I think from an investor perspective or a trader's perspective that it is very interesting. So before I'm going to start explaining you guys Idena, I want to point out that I'm not a financial advisor. You should always do your own research. You know the drill. Let's get into it. So as I've said in my previous videos, Idena is, not Idena specifically, but I'm a type of person that wants to invest in projects that is very unique. They offer something unique, so it's not like a copycat of like Ethereum killers or projects that are trying to solve the scaling issue. Like, we have a lot of these copycat, like the Bitcoin clones, the Ethereum clones. We have a lot of coins out there that are trying to achieve the same thing. I'm not looking at that, because I think that the biggest potential are in the project that offers something unique, just like that Bitcoin offered something unique in the past, and Ethereum too. So Idena, what is so special about Idena? Idena is proof of person blockchain. You might think to yourself, okay, what is proof of person blockchain? It is basically that they are solving the issue of the proof of stake and the proof of work issue, which is if the miners have the most bitcoins, or if the stakers have the most Ethereum, they have the most power on the blockchain, and they can manipulate their power into the blockchain because there is no identity behind it. And this is the problem that Idena is trying to solve. Idena is basically giving every node has a certain crypto identity, but even though that it has some certain identity, you are still like private. You know, like, it's not like QYC. When you are doing QYC, you are sending your papers, you are sending your passport, but none of that is relevant in this blockchain. They still managed to fix this identity issue on the blockchain, which is quite huge. I mean, this is an identity issue without having to do QYC. And I know that this sounds very abstract to you, but we are going to get into this later on. But to give you guys some perspective about how important it is, Vitalik today, he tweeted something about some form of secure, decentralized, robust proof of unique human, which is proof of person, proof of human, whatever you want to call it, is going to be very valuable primitive for applications in the years to come. See article, he made an article about proof of human. In this one, I will try to put it in the link below, so you can read it later on. For a detailed argument for why it's needed, why it's a needed ingredient in robust governance mechanism, for example. So even though you don't have the technical background knowledge, what we can see from this tweet already is that Vitalik Buterin, the founder of Ethereum, is basically saying that proof of human, which is a consensus proof of human, is going to be very valuable in the years to come. So from what I've seen so far, Idena is the first proof of person blockchain that I've managed to find. And they have a working product. It's not like they made a website and, you know, like they promised to have a proof, but no, none of that. They already have a working product. You can already download their client. So if you go to their client download, I don't know why it doesn't take it, but I don't know. I think my internet is kind of buggy, but whatever. If you click on the download link, you can basically download the client every single laptop, even if you have like a crappy laptop. everybody can download it, because that's the purpose of Idena. Everybody should be able to mine it. And so even if you have a very shitty laptop or something, you can still download it and still mine with it. Sorry. Okay, so let's get into the project itself. Idea is a novel way to formalize people on the blockchain. It does not collect or store personally identifiable information. Idena proves the humanness and the uniqueness of its participants by running an hard Turing test at the same time for everyone around the globe. So this can be very abstract for you if you're reading this. You're like, okay, so basically what Idena is doing is that every node, there is a human behind it. So it's not like a bot, you know, because a lot of people can use bots to have different nodes. No. Idena is basically, they have a product which basically says that every node that is running on Idena, there is a human behind it. So it's not a bot. And the way that they are guaranteeing this is because they are doing an AI hard Turing test, which is very interesting in my eyes. So you might tell yourself, okay, what is an AI hard Turing test? I've also told myself this one. What they are trying to do is, you know, the captchas. You know, when you're trying to enter a website, sometimes you have to click on certain pictures to get into the website, for example. These captchas are made to deny access for bots, because bots can spam the website, for example, just like that bots can spam the blockchain. And this is a very big problem. So what they are doing is, the problem with captchas is the captchas are very easily beaten by AI bots. AI bots in the future will be they can easily solve the captchas. Even though they are not human, the captchas right now are very vulnerable for AI bots, because AI bots are advanced. They know how to solve the captchas. But let's look at this picture right there. You see, here you see a plant, a cat, water, and a sponge. Right there you see the water, sponge, a plant, and a cat. So what you need to do is to put it in the right order. So as you guys can see, this one right here is the right order. You see a plant, the cat most likely jumped on the table. The plant most likely fell, so there's water on the ground, and then we need to clean it up with the sponge. So this is a story that only us as humans are able to solve it. Because if you look at this one, here you see the water, here you see the sponge, here you see the plant, and here you see the cat. It doesn't make sense, this story. So if I told you, okay, look at these two things, which is the correct story, you would say it's this one, because this one makes more sense than this one, if you would try to make a story with the pictures. And this is very important, because only human beings can do that. Bots cannot do that. AI bots cannot do that. They are not able to make a story with the pictures. And we as human, we can do that. And that is like, it's very simple, but at the same time, it's genius, because indeed we are the only ones that can solve this. So we can guarantee that there is a human behind it. So this is basically validating the blockchain, and everybody can do that, and you earn Idena tokens with it, which is quite amazing. I'm sorry, that's something in my throat. Anyway, So this is basically like validating the blockchain. So in this way, we can guarantee that there are humans behind it, and this is what makes the project very unique in itself, basically. So yeah, this is just a basic overall look. I'm not going to get very too deep into it. I think I want to keep it short and simple, actually. But their website is very interesting. I mean, you can read their manifesto, why it's very important, and the proof or how the proof of person works, obviously. But what I've seen so far is that this project is amazing. I've joined their Discord, and the people in Discord are very nice. They want to help you. The developers, when you're trying to set up a node, they all want to help you. From what I've seen so far, these people are like very legit. The other thing though is that the developers are anonymous, so there's no real team behind it. They have released it, but there's no real team behind it. I think they have done this on purpose, and yeah, so basically it is a very interesting project. I think it's, as far as I know, I've not seen a lot of projects that have a proof of person consensus, but it's very interesting nonetheless. So let's get into the into the price itself, because I think a lot of people that are interested in it and have done their research, they might want to buy in. So let me help you out if you plan to do it. So the thing is, as I said, Idena is a very early project in a very early stages, so you won't see that this project on CoinMarketCap. But on this website, rioda.org/Idena/index, you will find some data about Idena. The price right now, it's like almost $15 US. It went up 37%. You might ask yourself, oh, you're trying to shield something that is already up. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, I just did it. Why? Because I think the tweet of Vitalik has been a major part of the reason that the price went up today. But nonetheless, look at the market cap. $2 million US. It's like a micro cap. It's just insanely low compared to other projects. The volume is just 5 Bitcoin. But 2 million is just nothing. It's like really, really low. And so if you're trying to consider getting into it, this is a very good, yeah, how should I say it? Low risk, high profit ratio. I wouldn't go very much into it. I wouldn't put, if you are a trader and you have done your research, obviously, and you decided to go in, I wouldn't advise to go too deep into it, too much money into it, because it's still in its very early stages, so you don't know what's going to happen. But nonetheless, if you're interested in the project, just go into the Discord and ask a lot of questions, because these people that are in the Discord and that are in the Telegram, they are very nice. They always want to help you out. Also, another thing that I wanted to point out is that the total supply is 50 million DNA. There are already over 1 million DNA staked already, and almost 1 million burned. So yeah, there are not a lot of addresses, for as far as I know. The amount of miners, the amount of miners that are already on the network is just over 1,000. So not a lot of people are in it. But like I said, it's a very early project in its early stages. And if this one might deliver the promises that it has, we are in for a very good ride. I mean, seriously. Yeah, just like I said, it's an anonymous group of like-minded engineers and computer scientists who stand for the human right to share information, exchange value freely and privately, which is quite amazing. I mean, I've never been so enthusiastic about a project since I don't know, since Chainlink, I mean, the Ethereum. Yeah, these are the kind of projects that are very useful for the ecosystem, I think. yes, I think I'm going to wrap up the video. I've not been very deep. I've not been very deep into the project itself. But if you guys are very interested, I'm going to go deeper into the technical background of Idena if you guys want. I just wanted to give you guys some overview about the project itself, why I think it's very lucrative if you have done your research, but it's very lucrative if you are a trader. I think this is a very promising project, and like I said, just do your own research. If you have questions, just put it in the comments below. I will try to ask it. And yeah, like and subscribe, and I will see you in the next video.